I've been spending a lot of time on looking through your sales funnel and email autoresponder sequence. But given the fact that right now anyway, most of the following that I have is on social media, particularly on Facebook, how can I best capitalize on that to kind of relaunch this Facebook membership page without being, overly salesy? Do you have any recommendations along those lines?
We always want people to go after a low-hanging fruit first before they get into the creation of sales funnels and stuff, because there is a lot of labor in that to get it right. You've already got 20 people, and you said that you limited it to 20 people, and you have this following. I think the first thing that you do immediately is just open it up to anybody that had expressed interest, post it back in your group. I think you just open the door and say, if you want in, come in right now. There's a couple great ways to do that, to not sound salesy. One, you can say, hey, I'm going to be putting a lot more work into this community. I'm going to be putting a lot of time into you guys and working with you to help you become a better bracket racer. I am going to have to raise the price of this product. It's going to end up being $99 a month or something. And that's fine. These people are buying race car parts. They're probably used to paying premiums for things to get better,
Yeah, that's the nice thing about our market. Obviously, they're well off enough to own a race car. So.
Exactly. So they're going to be able to do this. And there's not a lot of difference psychologically when they're buying between $79 and $99, but there's a huge difference in I'm going to raise the price, but anyone that wants in now, last chance.
You'll be locked in.
We're going to be locked in. You'll be locked in forever, no matter how the community pricing changes. And I think that what you'll find is you're going to get 20 to 30 new members immediately, because you've got scarcity. You've got all these testimonials from these guys that you've been working with for a few months, right, to put out there. And you've already got a channel open with them. You don't have to have email marketing right now. You've got 700 people in a Facebook group or whatever, So let's do that first. Let's capitalize on low-hanging fruit. And for everybody listening out there, sit back and write down what you think your low-hanging fruit is. Go get that before you start doing something complicated. It's just like racing, man, or running or football or anything. If you can fix something simple and fundamental, you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck than something that's complicated and hard.
Thinking along those lines, when we initially set up the secret group, I took the 20 and I had a pretty significant waiting list. Like I say, we've gone through some of that, but I probably have 20 to 25 names right there, plus people that repeatedly have messaged or emailed me, with specific questions. Would the best bet to be contact those individuals in kind of a personalized way to get this ball rolling before I even put out anything public?
Definitely. I mean, there's no reason not to start there. It's the same thing we do on everything else too. We always start with our list. We start with our people who open their emails the most.
Yep.
So you just want to look at the people who are actually interacting with you, who have raised their hand and said, hey, think of me, I want in. And of course, start with those always.
And this is a classic example of when you're first getting a real stable online business, especially one based on memberships off the ground. Do what doesn't scale first so you can scale later and not have to worry about it. Later on, you might not be able to contact every person individually that wants to join, right? Because you got to take care of your members. But right now, it's just 20 people. I mean, you can get on there, get a hold of them, send them a message privately on Facebook, whatever you want to do, and say, hey, I'm letting you guys in first before anybody else does. And go ahead and activate that, get you 10 members, then open it up to the bigger Facebook group. And then you can post it if you wanted to, on your website, because I know you get some good traffic. And you can go in there and do it that way. So roll it out from the most interested to the least interested in this next pass. And we'll see how many people we can get in the next 2 weeks or so.
I gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah. You're going to have to set a date though. You want to set a date I'm definitely changing things this date. So if you want to get in now, and you can kind of push it over the next couple weeks.
Okay. And basically saying that you would keep that current price point until that date.
Yes.
Yeah. So you just say, hey, because the interest is so high, I'm going to be raising my prices, but because you're on my email list, I'm going to give you a chance to get in at this price.
And that new price is going to be very premium, and it's going to look really good on your sales copy that we create. And there's all kinds of ways, people get freaked out when they raise their prices, but it's just like any other store. We're going to reward people for engagement. Later on, if people get on your email list, you might reward them with a little bit lower price. you're going to give them, or you might have a flash sale, or you might have a Black Friday sale, or I don't know what the biggest drag race is in the world, but on that day, you might offer a special 1 month discount to get in now. There's all kinds of ways to play with that pricing, but by raising it, we're showing how premium this is, and we're saying scarcity. This is changing, and you're not going to be able to get in it whenever you want at this price unless you start now. Okay.
You just listened to an excerpt from this week's Flip Lifestyle podcast. To listen to the full podcast, complete with the show notes, photos, and links mentioned in the show, click the link on the description below. You can click on these to listen to Shane and Jocelyn answer other important questions about online business from this week's guest. For updates on future episodes, make sure you click subscribe.